Hey y'all, welcome back to Our Road Less Traveled. And today, instead of sitting behind a picnic table, we're going to get a little exercise. We're still in Tennessee, and we're going to go through five, is that right?
I think 6 maybe.
6 scenic drives and maybe a couple extra bonuses. So hang on and we'll be right back.
So like Clay said, we're going to talk about some scenic drives that are here in the Smoky Mountains. And we're just going to talk about the ones that we've done. If you know of some that you've done that we don't mention, put them in the comments because we want to go do them.
Yeah, comment and more importantly, like. That really helps us out. The more you click the like button, the more YouTube shows our content to other people. So
we don't have video footage on all of these places, and the ones that are in the national park is probably old footage because it is currently, at this date and time, not admissible to, or not acceptable to film and put on YouTube the national parks.
But thanks to Senator Manchin, and I forget who the other senator is, they have actually introduced a bill into the Senate that hopefully will correct that, and you can go see that on RV Miles' YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But Maria's correct. Most of the footage you're going to see here is from past footage that we've taken. So, Uncle Sam, you can't find us. All right, so first on the list is Cades Cove.
Cades Cove is an 11-mile loop that is open most of the year, except for when it's inclement weather. It's a good place to see wildlife. Best time to see wildlife is late spring through early fall. Even though it's 11 miles, you can expect it to take you 2 to 4 hours to complete, so just be patient.
Or don't, and have a frustrating time.
Yeah. You definitely will have a frustrating time if you're in a hurry on Cades Cove.
Well, there's a lot of other things in Cades Cove. There's Primitive Baptist Church, there's a Methodist church, there's several places to go to the restroom. They have one day that is just bicycles, so if you want to take your bikes out there and ride around it, then you can do that.
May through September is when you can do the bike rides, and it is on Wednesdays, and there are no automobiles permitted on those days.
Also, the Smoky Mountain National Forest has now gone to permit parking only, so if you pull over and stop for more than 15 minutes, you have to have a parking pass. You can buy those daily, weekly, and yearly.
It is $5 for daily, $15 for weekly, and $40 for the year. Okay.
All right, so the next stop is
Newfound Gap Road.
Newfound Gap Road. That is the road that goes over from...
Goes all the way from Gatlinburg.
All the way from Gatlinburg to Cherokee. Now, it's a quiet road. Again, they're subject to close it at any point in time. If it gets too windy like it did the other day and you're not on the other side of it, you will have to go around.
Yeah.
But it's a scenic drive. It has plenty of pull-outs, speed limited, not too curvy. The overlooks are just beautiful.
One thing I know about Newfound Gap Road is you're always going to see elk, because there's 2 or 3 big pastures, and the elk are always just hanging out right there.
Oh yeah.
So. But
if the elk are out, you're not supposed to get out in the field. Other than that, you're allowed to walk in the field.
Oh, it is one of the lowest pass through the Great Smoky Mountains. It's got waterfalls and tunnels, and I think some hikes off of it in some different directions.
All right, so Newfound Gap Road is just something to go see. That's about all we know on that.
Yep. The next scenic drive is Roaring Fork Motor Trail, and we didn't get to go do this on this trip, but we've done it before. It gets its name from being one of the largest and fastest mountain streams.
Along your 2 to 2.5 hour trip, you will find historic buildings, preserved log cabins, and grist mills.
Roaring Fork is about a 5-mile loop one way, and you can expect it to take, I think you did say already, 2 hours.
Good. Now, another important tip, it's closed from November to April.
Yeah.
So on the opposite side of that, it's only open from April to November. That's important information. I lost count of which ones these are, but the next one is the Foothills Parkway. It's kind of like driving through the National Forest to Cherokee on Newfound Gap. They are very, very, very serious about the speed limit on that road, though, and they typically have 2 to 3 sheriffs on BMW motorcycles, and they will get you. They didn't get me, but they got some other people.
Yeah, they did.
Again, I don't know how long it is.
It's 33 miles.
There you go.
To date, it is 33 miles, but it's one of the...
To date, it could be longer tomorrow.
I mean, it is possible because it's one of the... That's what I was going to say is it's one of the longest construction projects in the history of the national park, I think.
Yep.
They keep adding little pieces to it, but now it's 33 miles long.
Right now it's 33 miles.
You can expect it to take you about an hour.
And it has pullouts on either side of it. And the reason that we took this route, one, it's a scenic drive. Two, it got us to our next one. The next one we did was Tail of the Dragon.
This one's brand new to us.
This was brand new to us. We had never done it. It had been on my bucket list. Never knew how to get to it. Honestly, I thought it was in Georgia. And yes, it is 313 turns or something like that.
I think it
is uphill, downhill, runs beside a big river.
That is in 11 miles, 318 turns.
It's substantial.
Not for the faint of heart.
The dually did it. Did it and no problem. So I would absolutely encourage you, if you're in a dually or smaller, man, we saw motorcycles, Ducatis.
Do not try to bring your camper on that road.
No, do not. Do not, under any circumstance, try to bring your towable or a motorhome. Matter of fact, I think if you're longer than 30 feet, you can't get on it.
Right.
Those people fly.
Yeah.
I have never seen so many sports cars in my life.
And motorcycles.
Now, it's got turnouts about every 100 yards so you can let faster moving traffic go by you, but it is a 2-lane road. And I highly encourage you to go see it. It'll take you by a dam. It takes you down to a big lodge where you can stop and eat lunch.
No.
Sorry, y'all, I have to keep changing arms.
That being said, it is not a sightseeing road. You don't want to be trying to go on that road and try to see on either side of it. The passenger can do that, but the driver absolutely has to be focused 101%.
Yeah, most of the time I was looking out one of the side windows. That's how tight those turns are.
Yeah.
But this is a big thing. If you start on the Tennessee side, you go over to North Carolina, make it to the lodge, you have to turn around and come back through the road. There's no easy way to get back to Gatlinburg from the other side of that trail.
Yeah. So there are at least two different photography companies that are on 129 or Tail of the Dragon, taking your picture as you go by so that you can buy that from them and have a picture of your fancy
They take it
car.
In both directions.
Yeah.
Now, y'all, I don't want to scare you away from the road because I think everybody ought to do it. But when you go in on the Tennessee side, there is a 4-foot by 6-foot warning that it's a dangerous road.
Yeah.
And if you Google Trail of the Dragon, you will see there's quite a few people that have had accidents on it.
Yeah.
So,
but I think that those are just people that are going too fast.
They are. You
gotta absolutely.
If you're a new motorcycle rider, then I'm not going to say I'm an experienced, but I did ride for a few years. you really need to pay attention to where you're going. You need to turn your head, not just your eyes. You need to be looking at the turns. Keep your speed down to a minimum, because there are some high bank turns on it. But 100% recommend you do it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it was fun for us even.
Yeah, we did it twice.
Yep. not on purpose, but we had to go back. So
yeah, we didn't know.
All right, the last one on our list that we absolutely love, and it's one of my favorite scenic drives that we've ever done, is the Blue Ridge Parkway. And it goes all the way from Great Smoky Mountain National Park all the way to Shenandoah National Park. So it's like 400 something miles total. I recommend just doing it in pieces because, it's way too much to do in a day or two. We've done the Tennessee side, Tennessee to North Carolina a few times, and then we've done the Virginia part a couple times. Scenic overlooks, hikes, multiple waterfalls. It is just absolutely gorgeous, and if you go in the fall, you will just be blown away.
So most of it has tree canopies. Once you start getting up into Virginia, you get more into the mountainous side of it. It's absolutely beautiful from beginning to end, and a lot of the places you can actually tow your travel trailer or fifth wheel through. You definitely want to double check and make sure that you're not going to go through any low bridges or anything. But if I remember correctly, most of Virginia was towable.
I don't remember that.
That used to be our go-to.
Yeah.
We would start in Tennessee and we'd travel up through the Blue Ridge Parkway. We'd clip Asheville and things along the way, and that just seemed to be our triangle of stuff, for several years until we bought a camper.
Yeah, I will say they do frequently close portions of the road because of ice or snow or inclement weather because of the elevation. I think the highest point on it is 6,000 something feet. We've experienced 2 different seasons on the same day. Like, we will be on one portion of the parkway and it's beautiful in fall and all the colors, and then you get to a certain point and then there's snow and ice.
Yep.
Again, it is a beautiful drive. Take your time. Don't be trying to be in a hurry. Just enjoy yourself. I
think that's a good rule of thumb in the RV world in general. Don't be in a hurry.
Yeah.
Absorb the things that you're seeing.
So that wraps up this week on scenic drives in the Smoky Mountains, and we will see you next week on Our Road Less Traveled.
I agree.
Bye. On and recording.
Oh.
Did you turn it off?
No. We're good. I'll do my stick man, look like an idiot. You ready?
I'm ready.
Ain't gonna be no.
Nope.
I wasn't looking.
I'm looking and I'm ready. All right,
so. I
was talking. Okay. I don't know if this format is gonna work.
It's gonna have to work. She can't walk and talk at the same time, y'all.
Walk and read and talk at the same time. I can walk and talk. I can walk and read, but walk, talk, and read.
All right, so
not so much. That's the mode button you're doing.
It's the reboot of MASH. And we're back.
All right. These helicopters are really making it challenging today.
Y'all, we have a book because we don't know where in the hell we went. And that's Newfound Gap Road. And
you're gonna have to wait till the helicopter goes by because you ain't gonna be able to hear nothing.
Newfound Gap Road starts with an N.
Stop.
guarantee you this is going to get chopped up.
Definitely.
There's some insensitive stuff that was said.
Very pointless conversation right now.
One last thing.
Not one last thing. This is going to go in the middle.
And another thing.
Damn, these stupid helicopters.
You want me to call them, tell them to suspend flight until we get done?
Yes, I do. It gets its name from being one of the fastest and what is it?
Fastest flowing streams.
Fastest flowing streams. It gets its name from being one of the fastest and longest. Is it the longest and fastest?
No, that's me.
Oh God.
All right.
It gets its name from being one of the largest and fastest flowing streams. Where? Mountain streams.
Where does it get its name from, Maria? How about that? That is things you need to know. It also has preserved cabins, grist mills, and something else.
See?
I don't know what a grist mill is, but they've got one.
It's the thing that has the little spinny wheel that has the water. Anyway.
All right, action.
Well, it's one of my favorite drives. My favorite.
Yep.
There is multiple scenic, what do you call them?
Pull outs.
Cut.